Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the beautiful North Cascades National Park. Wow. Can you believe that only a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe, feels like 2 weeks ago, I was hiking through Lake District National Park, and now I'm hiking through North Cascades, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm almost speechless, but not speechless because I need to tell you why I'm here. Focus, there we go. So yeah, you may be wondering what I'm doing in the North Cascades National Park. Well, I'm going to be here for the next few days hiking around and well, just enjoying some landscape photography on some small trails, some roadside stuff and some bigger backcountry stuff. And the reason for this is the National Park Service are running a campaign called Find Your Park, and essentially what they're trying to do is increase awareness of all the other national parks in the States because there's such a problem with overcrowding in the bigger national parks. I've got my own experiences with this in Yosemite, which photographically speaking was one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and I've spoken about this many times. It was incredibly crowded, very difficult, and I didn't like it at all, which was such a shame. So overcrowding is a problem. So yeah, Find Your Park, and it's about creating awareness of other national parks, and I'm here creating awareness of this North Cascades National Park. But I have to say, I really don't need to create any awareness. Look how beautiful it is. So I'm going to crack on. I've got a few more kilometers to go on this trail, and hopefully we'll get a lovely sunset photograph. That's the plan anyway. So I'm currently on a trail. It's called the Maple Pass Trail. It's about a 7-mile loop, gains some quite high altitude. I'm at about 2,100 meters at the minute, about halfway. And wow, it's fantastic. Coming up to probably the point where I'm going to stop and break out the camera. I'm with my friend Tim, who's just there, who also has a YouTube channel I'll link. And yeah, the plan is to hike up here to about halfway on this loop, which is the high point, more or less, which is where we are now. And yeah, enjoy some lovely sunset photography. Oh, I am out of focus, there we go. With these beautiful views behind us, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, gorgeous. So I've just left Tim behind getting a lovely shot, and I'm actually heading back down the trail, so back the way I came by about 5 minutes, and that's because where I was just previously, it was a beautiful view, amazing, stunning view of these mountains you can just see behind me. And there's another view, almost identical, back down the trail. We passed it 10 minutes earlier, and the difference is the view from lower down. You get this beautiful lake in the foreground, the entire lake, with a lovely island in the middle of the lake, or just off to one side of the lake. A lovely bit of interest with these mountains. And I just thought the addition of the lake in the foreground was a lot stronger, made the composition a lot stronger than it was from higher up, where you only get maybe half the lake, if that. So to me, the composition felt much more complete from actually back down the trail. So just goes to show, you know, the highest point isn't always the best point. So that's where we're going. Head down there, get set up, and just wait for the light. Hopefully we'll get some magic, we'll see. Yeah, what a hike, absolutely breathtaking. Hope nobody else is coming on this trail. Yeah. Kind of blocking the way a little bit, but you don't want to leave the trail. It's one thing you don't want to do. So it's absolutely gorgeous here. We are well and truly blocking the trail, but I'm quite sure no one's going to come past it this time. We've barely seen a handful of people on this entire hike, so it's very, very quiet, which is nice. What's less nice is the mosquitoes are out. But they're not as bad as midges, I have to say. I don't think mosquitoes are as bad as midges, but I suppose that would be a debate for another day. As it stands, this is my composition now. It's beautiful. It's hard not to be blown away by this view. But photographically speaking, it's very simple, but it's awesome. It's phenomenal. But there are a couple of things that I don't like about it that bother me, and I'll go over those shortly. But yeah, I mean it's one of those shots that you walk past and there it is, handed to you on a plate. But I think when you come hiking on these trails that go high up over ridges and into the mountains, a lot of what you'll shoot are the big vistas, and you know, I enjoy that. That's if I hike in sort of alpine territory, and you know, in mountainous areas such as this is what I want to shoot: big mountains. But yeah, this is just gorgeous. The composition's so simple. The lake dead center, and it's sort of flanked by mountains either side, and then the mountains sort of dead center, and at the back there catching the evening light. A couple of things that bother me in particular. One is that there's not a cloud in the sky, blue skies, and that's such a shame. There's not much we can do about that. The second thing that bothers me is there's this rockfall area in front of us just here, and it's like a white, almost looks like a trail, but it's not. It's just a white scree run, and I find that quite distracting because the whole scene is lovely and green and earthy, and then just in the bottom right of your frame you've just got this white scar coming into shot. The composition works, you know, it's framed by a couple of trees either side, mountains either side. It's very symmetrical, it's gorgeous. It's pretty much now just a case of waiting for the light and enjoying this peaceful surroundings. It really is very nice. So the temperature's really starting to drop now, so I'm going to get some nice hot food on the go. But as I'm getting the hot water boiling, the light now is getting really nice. It's probably at its best now, at its most shootable right now. Everything's just softened down, you know, the highlights have come down, giving us a more evenly lit image, balanced image, well balanced image. So I'm going to take my image. I have my composition all set up, very, very straightforward, there's nothing to it. I've opted against some filters. Filters here wouldn't do anything. Polarizer would give me a very strange looking sky as you get this kind of black circle, and that's because at wide focal lengths a polarizer, you know, polarizer only polarizes certain portions of the sky, or a small portion of the sky. Hang on, my jet boil's boiling. So I'm going to take this image now. I'm at f11. I've focused on the peak dead center in the distance, and I should have no problems getting this in a single image. However, I will take a second exposure, essentially bracketing, just as a backup. So 2-second timer. and I'll take one more slightly darker exposure. And there we go, that's simple. I think what I'll do now is just enjoy some food, watch the light, see if it improves, see how it changes, before making our way back down in the dark. Bad as midges then?
No.
No way.
I'm not a midge expert though.
I am. What I find is the mosquitoes buzz around. You get maybe one or two that land on you. So it's getting dark now. The sun has set. It's lovely. I kind of don't want to go. Really enjoying eating my food here. But yeah, it's I think the hike and the experience and the view is much better than the photograph. I think I've said this many times before that a great view doesn't always make a great photograph, and don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, and I think under the right conditions right here where I'm stood would be phenomenal. You know, maybe a bit more going on in the sky, a few more clouds, be fantastic. But today it's just all a little bit flat and a little bit bland, which is a shame. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy. How can you not be stood here? Lovely image. But yeah, there is a lot more to come. A lot more hiking, more photography. So I'll definitely take this as my first day here in the Cascades, North Cascades National Park. So I think I'm going to call it a video here. Only the one image, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm confident that I will get many more photographs on this trip. So do stay tuned, and I'm going to finish my dehydrated meal, back away, and then I think we'll be hiking back, mostly in the dark. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye for now.